right. What is up, everybody? And welcome to another prime time football live stream. We got Monday Night Football, Week 5, Packers, Raiders. I'm joined by my good internet friend, Bridget Case, who's sipping on some nice Starbucks drink. What do you got there? What are you sipping on?
You know
Pumpkin
what?
cream
It's
cold
just,
brew?
it's pretty basic. It's just an oat milk latte, but light ice. That's the key to getting free
Yes,
coffee. Light ice, and then just
100%.
a little cinnamon powder on top. So,
I like it. I
yeah.
had a pumpkin cream cold brew waiting for me when I
Ooh,
got picked up from the airport today, which was very nice.
those are
Um,
delicious.
They are delicious. So this is somewhat of a flu game for both of us. I'm rocking 4 hours of sleep. Bridget is rocking a 15-hour stream yesterday and an 8-hour stream the day before. So we're gonna keep this one nice and short and sweet. I also have a Phillies game that I need to
Yeah, you
watch
do.
in like an hour. But yeah, so all we're going to be doing today is focusing on Monday Night Football. We got Packers, Raiders. We'll first start off with just the main lines, spread, total, money line, and then we'll go to player props. But before we get started, Bridget, you're working on something with FanDuel that you would
Yes.
like to tell the people about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, obviously, like you know that I get all of my lines from FanDuel. So happy to be a part of the FanDuel fam. We are running though a DFS free play tonight to win up to $100 cash if you put your DFS lineup in tonight for Packers Raiders. So you just got to pick 5. It's not even that difficult. It's just 5 players. You pick one MVP to get 1.5 times on points, and I think there's like 5 prizes. I'm pretty sure there's prizes for like the first, like for number 1
1
through
through
5th
5.
place. So I mean, why
Yeah.
not? Like you've
Yeah,
nothing to
why not?
lose. You don't have to put in anything to enter, and it's kind of a weird game anyway. Not weird, but it's not like we have like any huge stars here,
Yeah.
especially if Aaron Jones is out. And
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah. So I mean, why not get in there? I think I gave you that link, but happy to
Yeah,
share it
it's
again as
in
well.
the description of this video. I can also post it in the chat if you give me 1
Amazing.
second.
Perfect.
This is not a question that I prepared for you, but I don't do a ton of DFS. So if somebody is like me and they're a little new, do you have like a strategy or something that you like for
I
DFS?
do, actually. This is why I
Okay.
love the FanDuel Fantasy app, because you can literally click. Okay, shoot, I should have it up right now. You can click, there's like a guru mode or
Oh, that's
suggestions.
fun.
It's kind of like when you play fantasy in general, and you know how you can have different, I mean, like it'll with the auto draft, it'll suggest who you should take, and
Right.
sometimes a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit more in detail why. It'll show you, oh, this is a stud pick, oh, this is a just like keep it under your cap pick. I think the salary cap is like 60,000, so it makes it so easy, so you can literally just draft your players in like 5 seconds. And I love that. It's just like fantasy, but again, you can just click like the guru mode and it'll just tell you
Yeah.
who to play. And then, so I mean, yeah, it's, again, I'm like still pretty new to daily fantasy. I mostly like have always done daily fantasy player props. So for
Yeah.
this, it's made me feel a little bit more comfortable to see, oh, okay, this is what I should be doing. So it's not hard. Like a monkey could do it.
That makes sense. And is it free to enter?
Yep, totally free to enter, and
Totally
we
free.
got prizes up to $100. So why not get in there? I mean, what do you have to
It's
lose?
like a
Nothing.
$0 parlay to possibly win
Yeah,
$100 to put it
exactly.
in sports betting terms. Yeah, no, that sounds good to me.
Right.
I have not entered yet. I've not looked at it, but I will after this. But we can get into the game. So we got Packers at the Raiders. It looks like Packers on the money line, best offered on FanDuel
Yep.
at plus 120. If you want to get them on FanDuel, they're at minus 142. Or sorry, the Raiders are at minus 142. You can get them better elsewhere. In terms
Yep.
of the spread, looks like it's at 2.5. Raiders minus 2.5. So starting off, do you have a play on the spread / money line? Like, who do you
Yeah,
like
I
straight
mean,
up?
I actually was looking at Packers at plus 120. I think it just moved to plus 116 money line. So I mean, I would
Oh
get that as soon
no.
as possible.
Yeah.
On FanDuel as that starts to ticker down. Um I know this is a Raiders home game, and Jimmy G's just coming back, but I do kind of believe in Jordan Love and the hype around him, and I think like you're just going to get your best value here, so why not at
Yeah.
least sprinkle a little something? I think just getting plus money on a Green Bay win is that for me is an easy line. So I don't
Yeah.
love the spread on on either side. So I'm kind of just sticking with money line here.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and I guess I think at one point it was at plus 130.
Yeah,
If I'm
it's just
correctly.
been moving.
Yeah, so it's been moving in favor of the Packers. So late money coming on the Packers. I agree with you. I took the Packers. Like one thing I do every week is I try like on Monday to get like quote unquote like early lines and just like
So
kind of see
smart.
value. And I
Yep.
got the Packers. This one I have to actually take an L on. I got them -1.5 at -115 odds, thinking that it was going to move in favor of the Packers, but the
Yeah.
opposite happened. So I did not get the best closing line value there. But I'm still on the Packers on this one. I don't understand, like, what have the Raiders done to deserve being favored?
Dude, I know exactly. Like I'm
Any
honestly
sense.
confused. I feel like looking at that money line, I'm like, that is like free money. So
Literally.
and with the spread looking the way it does, I know I'm confused. I'm like, are you saying that with Aaron Jones really being out, that it's gonna make that much of a difference? I don't know.
And I don't know if it's like if the price was initially assuming Jimmy G wasn't going to be playing,
Right.
but it's like
Right.
Jimmy G's been horrible this year. Like they won game 1 against the Broncos, which is now looking like, okay, that's not the most impressive thing in the world because they just
No.
lost to the freaking Jets.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it. It's one of those ones where like I looked at it and I'm like, well, clearly I'm missing something here because I don't understand. And then it moved literally the opposite of what I thought. So it's one of those things where like,
I
I
know.
feel like when you look back, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is, which just makes me
Yeah.
think that defy logic and just take the Raiders. But outside of some weird voodoo magic, I'm with you. I'm on the Packers on this one.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like I'm not even I don't feel like I should even be touching also any over-unders right now because I'm somebody who thought that the over would hit in the Jags Bills game, and that
We
was
got
just
close at the end.
yeah, it got close. Like, but that was stressful for
Yeah.
so long. And so I'm staying away from over-unders today. That's just me. I don't know about you. So I'm really only comfortable on money line here.
Yeah,
But
I don't.
we're at 45.5 right now.
If I'm doing over-unders, it's strictly if it's plus EV. Sometimes
Yeah.
like on spread, I'll kind of go off of my own stuff. But
Yeah.
over-unders, like I have no like mental kind of headspace for whether I think a game's going to go over or under or not. And a lot of times,
My
like
mental health space though, like I'm all about the primetime game thing because I just think for somebody who's even when I was cheering or working games, there's something so different about primetime energy. And
yeah,
I know it's like such a superstitious thing, but truly, like I believe the Chiefs would have performed better and differently, even if they weren't playing the Jets last week under primetime and all the hype around it. Like I truly
yeah,
believe mental energy with a primetime game is a thing. I kind of even believe that like the Niners wouldn't have dominated so much yesterday if
sure,
it weren't a primetime game. I mean, I think they're the most complete team in football, and honestly, nobody
yeah,
can beat them right now. But still, I'm so like that's my superstitious thing is just like a primetime game. And neither of these teams, I don't know, either of these teams are not like making me feel like they're gonna have a crazy, insane primetime performance. And I don't know. So yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I haven't tracked it this year, but I know that historically primetime games tend to trend under, mostly because it's like such a thing where like everybody's watching it. So like, oh, I'm going to bet the over because I want to root for points.
Yeah,
so,
we're all in the yep, exactly.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
generally, primetime games tend to trend historically under just because the total gets inflated. But I'm with you. Like totals at 45.5. I have no idea. Like I don't have a single thought of whether it's going over or under. Like I could see any scenario. If it's like I could see both teams score in the 30s.
Yep.
I could see both teams score in the teens. I'm not touching that one. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm just on the Packers. I got them -1.5. I might take their money line straight out, especially the fact that it's been moving.
It just moved to plus 114 on FanDuel. So
yeah, the fact that it's been moving in favor of the Packers makes me even more confident on that.
Right.
All right, so we're both on the Packers. Kind of boring. What about player props? What do you like in terms of player props?
I like a Jacoby Myers anytime touchdown.
Okay.
Plus 240. I know, a little wild here, but I think Jimmy G like looks for Jacoby, and I think with him coming
he loves
back,
Jacoby.
Right? Like,
yeah.
And I love this value here. I'm also just really feeling myself on touchdowns because yesterday I said, George Kittle, he hadn't scored all year. And
Great.
I told everybody pregame, I was like, we're taking a George Kittle touchdown. I'm just feeling it. And I quote unquote, I literally said, I was like, if you're really feeling yourself, take two. I'm just feeling really good after yesterday.
Sure. As you should. Yeah.
With that plus money, I can't even remember what I think he might have been at like plus 270 or 280. Maybe I'm inflating it a little, but
yeah. I have beef with George Kittle because I had him to score the last 2 weeks and then he didn't score. And then of course, when I didn't take him, he scored 3 times.
That's always how it goes.
Like when he pulled up his shirt and it said like, fuck Dallas, it was literally just saying fuck Matt. Like that's what it was actually reading. So yeah, good for him. Like the logic was sound. It just happened to be last week had to be yesterday instead of the past 2 weeks, but that's okay. Anytime touchdowns like Josh Jacobs, I was interested in, and I looked at the odds. It's minus 165. It's like, I'm not touching that. Yeah. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. One player I do like to score is Jaden Reed. I haven't officially out anywhere, but I don't know. I love situations where like it's a young quarterback who's starting for the first time, also with a rookie receiver, because they kind of just like gel together. It's like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase was a little different because they went to LSU together. But I'm thinking back to like Andy Dalton and AJ Green. It's like when rookies come up together, they just tend to target each other. Yeah. Not that Jordan Love's a rookie, but he essentially is because he's his first year starting. Totally. And he's been great. Like Christian Watson's coming back, but it doesn't scare me off. And so him over his receiving yards is an official play over 30. I think I got it at 33.5. I'm not sure what it's at right now.
On Jaden Reed, it's at on FanDuel. It is at 35.5.
Okay, so it moved up from when I got it.
Yeah,
now it's at 35.
Good on you for getting that.
Yeah, that at least I will take the W on. Yeah, I mean he's been great. He's been really good. He's hit. Well, I guess he hit 33.5. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, he's hit over 35.5 in all 4 games so far. And the thing that I like isn't necessarily that he's hit it; it's that his snap percentage is going up. It's like okay, they're trusting him more in the offense. He went from like 53 in week 1 to 60. Where is that? 67, which is like it's going up every single week. 67% last week, and I don't think Christian Watson coming back is going to totally kill it.
Yeah.
Because he's not like a target eater. He's just like he gets a couple of deep shots and like gadget plays. So that was one of my player props. You had anytime touchdown Jacoby Myers, and what else? Do you have anything else that you like in terms of player props?
You know what? Okay, so I kind of to pair with Jacoby Myers, I was either looking at let me check. I was looking at Jimmy G on pass attempts because I figure with him like maybe just also my logic is probably not going to be as sound because yesterday I thought like the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm going to take Dak Prescott over on pass attempts because they are going to be
losing,
especially without Kellen Moore, like a lot of short passes. So I don't know if my logic's very, very sound right now. But I was actually looking at pass attempts.
32.5.
Yes. So at minus 114, I mean, it's not fantastic. But I think like if you're gonna pair it with something and put a little energy in your parlay, it's not crazy. I also actually never looked at the interception lines, but
those are always fun.
Right. I mean, oh my God.
I
love that Jordan Love and Jimmy G. It's like,
FanDuel doesn't have them. They must have taken them off.
FanDuel. Okay, so Jordan Love is at minus 136 to throw an interception. Jimmy G's at minus 132.
I stand corrected. Deep fry Thai. First of all, I love Thai food. Great name. Says Jimmy G to throw a pick.
Right?
I think we're both on that. I actually, in terms of pass attempts, I kind of have the opposite thought. I'm kind of opposite of you. I think that's more of an underplay for me personally because the Packers' run defense is terrible. That's kind of the way you beat them. Like Dave Montgomery scored 3 times on them.
Yeah.
And granted, like it's not a comparable situation, but I think that the Raiders are probably going to try, especially in like his first game back, going to lean on the run game. I didn't love Jacobs rushing prop because it's like 73.5. That's just too high.
Yeah, it was too much. It was too big. I know. I'm not even. I didn't even find anything with Josh Jacobs that I loved. But
yeah. So I sat him out, even though I do like it to be a rushing game for the Raiders. And I will say, shout out Deep Fried Thai. If anybody else has anything they want to comment, feel free to put it in. And we'll shout them out. The other receiving prop that I liked was I know I just said a rushing game, but Devontae Adams total receptions. I
Yeah.
got it over 6.5. Wow. Okay. So I got it at plus 102. It's all the way
Yeah.
up at minus 128 now, which isn't great. I don't know if I'll touch it at that price.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
That's pretty juiced up, but
Mhm.
like it's a revenge game. They're going to give him 100 targets. That's just how
Oh,
it goes.
definitely. I think like all of the fear there was just if he was going to play or not. Yeah, Kyle in the
Sure.
chat says Devontae Adams going to go nuts.
So swish.
But now that now that Jacob Snow, Aaron Jones may get over.
I think it's two different. I think he's confusing the team.
Yeah,
Maybe he meant to say AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
No Aaron Jones. AJ Dillon. I think that's what he was. I'm guessing meant to say AJ Dillon.
Gotcha.
I'm actually on the opposite there as well. I'm on the under on the AJ Dillon. I just think he's terrible. He runs like he has cinder blocks attached to his feet. It's like it is painful watching him move. It's like watching a late career running back who can't move, and he's like in his 4th year. I don't know. It's tough. Like
he never comes through. Absolutely, yeah.
It's like
he's just kind of a I'm there roster guy.
He runs like he's in slow motion. Shout out Mr. Mechanical. He's always in these streams. Appreciate him. AJ Dillon, and he's going to get work just because Aaron Jones is out, but I don't care. Like he's gone over it. He's gone under in every single game. I see no scenario. I mean, I guess there is a scenario, but I'm just not.
I saw
I'm just
a lot
not
of people fading AJ Dillon. I feel like that's kind of the move right now.
Yeah, and his line opened up, I think, at 53.5, and now it's all the way down at 46. So like it's been hammered down.
Yeah,
I got it at 47. I would still take the under 46. I think the number where I wouldn't touch it is the 45.5. Like as long as you can get below that, I think that's an under.
Yeah. I also wanted to take a look. I feel like I wanted to look at touchdown passes for Jordan Love as well.
Sure. Passing props.
Where did I go? Oh my God.
Over 1.5 at plus 102.
Am I blind? Wait, go back.
Player passing TDs.
Yeah, I guess they're
they're both.
I like it against. I'm just on the Packers, and I'm just apparently trying to, just completely double down here on Jordan Love. But I like him to throw. I don't know. This is like something that for me, I don't know. I'm like, it's so interesting because there are so many quarterbacks that I stay away from passing touchdowns on. And Jordan Love, like I'm still trying to get to know him as a passer.
He runs a lot too, which is scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did see his rushing yards. I saw, let's see.
Oh, Love?
15.5 at minus 110. Again, I mean, I guess if you want to pair that with something else, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it's not a bad price. Adams anytime touchdown I like. First scorer I also like. I just think his anytime touchdown odds are minus 105. I would.
Yeah, I saw that last at minus 105. I didn't know if it had moved by now.
Yeah. But. It's at minus 105. I plus 600. I like for the first touchdown.
I was like, what?
I think makes sense. And Mayweather got AJ Dillon at 48 and I'm at 48.5, which is great. I mean, it's moved down from there, so that's a good price to get it at. But yeah, those are the three main player props I have that I gave out was the Jaden Reed receiving, was the AJ Dillon rushing, and was the Devontae Adams receptions. Those are like the three main ones that I gave out. I didn't give out any anytime touchdowns. I think
I'll cover you there. I've got
there you go.
Myers at plus 240 for an anytime touchdown. So
it's pretty good. Tom T likes Musgrave. I was all over Musgrave last week. There's just so many targets in that Packer. I know I said I'm on Jaden Reed, so it's like that's also scary. But like Christian Watson's plus 195, Romeo Dobbs is plus 230, Musgrave is 330, and Jaden Reed is plus 350. It's like you don't know who to choose from, which is tough.
Yeah, Raiders favoring Myers and
I was looking at that one too.
Back to Jordan Love too.
Sure.
Like I just was looking. Okay, so like Packers offense against I mean obviously Chicago and Atlanta. Love throwing like 3 touchdown passes. And that's kind of what I was looking at. Like, I know like it was a little bit of a different story against Detroit and the Saints, but
Yeah.
I feel like, again, I don't know. This is where I'm thinking maybe Monday night he's trying to just air it out. And
I mean,
I kind of like if you can get it even like at better value. I kind of like the over 1.5 touchdown passes.
yeah, I mean, plus 102 is not bad. And I think like if you just say what they're 2-2, right? Because this is game 5. The first 2 weeks they played bad defenses in the Falcons and in the Bears. And what you said, he threw for 3 touchdowns. The last 2 weeks they played against good defenses in the Lions and the Saints, and he did not. So you can almost draw like the exact line.
Exactly.
So I mean that makes sense. I honestly didn't think about it from that angle. I always try to find situations where you can like fade whatever happened most recently, because like everybody just falls in love with recency bias. So it's like,
I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, yesterday I got totally screwed on my interceptions. I thought I had Kirk Cousins and Daniel Jones to throw an interception. Both of those seemingly are usually a lock.
Yeah.
But neither of them did. And obviously, like I hope that Danny Dimes is okay. But
yeah.
I mean, so I mean, if you're looking at that logic, you can get Jordan Love to not throw an interception at plus 102.
Yeah, that's true. And just if people use Bet365, I know this is a FanDuel show, but just to shout it out, that's pretty good. Plus 175 for Devontae anytime touchdown is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, for that logic,
is that a boost or something? Because geez, I mean,
yeah, it is an odds boost. Like if you really wanted to get freaky with it, you could take Jordan Love 3 passing touchdowns for plus 450.
Oof, yeah.
If you expect him to go way back. But yeah, I don't know. And I guess, so I didn't even realize this. So I'm on FanDuel. If you look at player passing touchdowns, it has Jordan Love at over 1.5 plus 102. If you scroll down to Jordan Love alternate passing touchdowns, you can get him 2+ at plus 108. It's the exact same play for better odds.
Yeah. Right.
So it's just,
I guess it just depends on pushing or not. Or go ahead.
No, it's 2+. So 2 would count. It would still hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Duh.
I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah. So just scroll down and go to where it says Jordan Love alternate passing touchdowns. Wow.
Yeah. It's the same thing for Jimmy G.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, not that I'm on Jimmy G, but like it's plus 104 for 2+ versus plus 102 over. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, Kyle, with Romeo Doubs. It's one of those things where you kind of have to just shoot your shot with the Packers receiver. Right. I like Jaden Reed just because his role is increasing, and he's a rookie, and you kind of just expect an upward trajectory there. Romeo Doubs has been great, so I don't really have anything negative to say there. And he had like the one game where he scored twice. So yeah. And then Love, I might actually end up taking this to Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I kind of like that one.
Yeah. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it tonight. I just am.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
it's not, I don't know. The Raiders are just,
you're terrible.
Down. It's crazy because like the biggest, like the Raiders, I feel like can fly under the radar right now because I know, right? Because the Broncos are so bad. And oh man, I loved seeing that Jets win yesterday. But
Sean Payton. I mean, anytime you can make fun of Sean Payton is 100% worth it. And all the memes about him like making fun of Hackett and like the worst coaching job, I was just eating them up.
It's just like that is so not a veteran move too. Like you've been around the league for a very long time, longer than a lot of us were even born. So, and to say stuff like that, like it's just, and I think it's just even sweeter too, because Nathaniel Hackett got so much hate last year. And I mean, rightfully so. I mean,
they were terrible. Like, he
couldn't manage a clock and he couldn't manage a quarterback. It just, but yeah, so I don't know, like, but it is fun. I will say, like, sometimes I do love to sway my bets kind of off of the drama and things.
Sure. So, sure. I mean, I was on the Jets partially because of that exact logic. Like they're going to want to take it to them. Also, the Broncos are terrible, and they had that comeback win. It was like now the Broncos play the Chiefs, so that's gonna be fun.
I know. I'm trying to schedule out which games I'm going to go to stream from and get content and stuff. And I was looking at that. I was like, where's Thursday Night Football this week? And then I was looking at it and I was like, oh yeah, no, thank you. I'm
not
good.
That one. You should have gone to, you're in LA, right? You should have gone to the Eagles Rams game in LA.
I know. I know. I'm so bummed. I'm like just starting to get things sorted out. I'm most likely, it's looking like I will be at the Chargers Cowboys Monday Night Football game next week.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Is that in LA or is that in Dallas?
It's in LA. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's
Helen Moore revenge game.
I don't have to. It's not too far. So, right around the corner. Oh, Jimmy
cool.
G over 3.5 rushing attempts, or
I'm guessing that's rushing yards.
Is it? Oh yeah.
That's like either 2 tush pushes or 1 scramble. That is
right.
That's
I don't know.
Nobody
can do a brotherly shove right now like the Eagles. So
that's true, but they're gonna outlaw because they're too good at it.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he said yards.
Yeah, rushing yards. Yeah.
All right. So Jaden Reed, or sorry, you like Jacoby Myers, right? Were there any other touchdowns?
Jacoby Myers, anytime touchdown, and then I do like Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Okay. So those are your 2. Mm-hmm. You stake your reputation on both of those.
Absolutely, 100%.
All right. As I mentioned, Jaden Reed receiving, Devontae Adams over receptions, and AJ Dillon under rushing. I don't have an official anytime touchdown play. If I had to give one out, I think I would go with Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
But I would put like lower your unit size on that one, like maybe quarter units plus 350. So the odds are pretty good. But yeah, anything else that you want to get out before this or for this game?
No. Yeah, I was just peeking at any of the game specials if there were any value there because I
always forget to do that.
But
I always forget to do that.
Those are just so fun, but I don't know. I guess if you're really feeling the Raiders and you want to look at Max Crosby for a sack and the Raiders to win at plus 195, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to take that, but I mean, if you're a diehard Raiders fan and you're really feeling yourself, I don't know. I'm just somebody who always loves to like look at defensive props a little bit, but
wow, he's minus 130 to record a sack. That's crazy,
right?
I guess Jordan Love probably gets sacked a lot. I would guess. He's like
I know that's
the thing.
Both of these quarterbacks. Yeah. I mean, it's between sacks and interceptions. I mean, it's not out of the question. So. Yeah,
for sure. Ricks is on Christian Watson anytime touchdown.
Ooh.
He does have an knack for the end zone. He scored literally in his 1 game so far this year, and he scored in like every game last year. So I don't hate that one.
Yeah, I just my whole thing with Christian Watson, I just like feel like I don't have enough of a sample size yet. But so
sure,
I don't know.
Yeah, and the chat proved my exact point where it's pick your poison, shoot your shot with the Packers receivers, because literally every single person was named, every single possible receiver.
Right, everyone said somebody different.
Yeah, we had Christian Watson from my guy Ricks. We had Musgrave from Tom T. Someone said Romeo Dobbs that I can't find.
Kyle Swish Wheezy said Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, Romeo Dobbs. And then I had Jaden Reed. So one of us is going to be right. And that person will have ultimate bragging rights.
Also, everybody loves to be a pass catching back these days. So you just never know.
That's true. I mean, it's not going to be AJ Dillon. So
no.
I was going to say if it was Aaron Jones, I would say him. But he's got stone hands. AJ Dillon does.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, nice 30-minute short and sweet. Appreciate you hopping on. One last time, plug your FanDuel DFS game that you are doing.
Guys. So if you want to get in on a fun DFS play for tonight's Raiders versus Packers game, you can just click the link that I believe Matt
the first
posted.
Comment. And
it's in the comments. Yes. Okay. So in the comments. Thank you for doing that. And if you just click the link, go straight there to enter. You pick 5 players who you think will perform well, as long as you stay under the salary cap. Again, if you don't know how to play, just click the guru mode and it'll kind of tell you what picks you should make. So, and prizes up to $100. So I think the top 3 or top 5 win some money. So why not?
Nice.
You've nothing to lose. It's free. It's a free play.
It's a free play for a possible $100. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you hopping on. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, everybody for commenting. I'm not going to have stream on Thursday or Sunday as I am once again traveling, but I will be back. I'm not sure what time I land. I might be back for next Monday night. I will let you guys know, and I will let you know as well. But regardless, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.